Hello, everybody. I'm Mike,
And I'm Stephanie.
and we're Van Life Sheldon's Travels. Sheldon, he's a little yellow belly slider turtle. He's hanging out in his tank today, but he'll be coming out, I'm sure, in a little bit. It looks like we got 4 people already on here.
Hi, everybody. Happy Memorial Day.
Happy Memorial Day.
Hope you guys are doing barbecues, time with the family, lunch with friends.
Hope you enjoyed your weekend. I hope you got out and did some exploring, maybe some camping. I know a lot of people, this is their opportunity to start the summer and start a vacation with the family.
Which is kind of crazy because the cold weather has kind of been lingering on in the springtime.
So it's been a little rough, guys. But we actually have done No worries. We've actually done the direct opposite of what most people do on Memorial Day. Is we found a place in the city, kind of relaxed.
Yeah, it's an industrial area, so it's got a lot of office buildings. So for Memorial Day weekend, it was
Pretty
we pulled
empty.
in Saturday night, stayed Sunday, and then today's Monday, and we figured nobody's here on Monday, which there is nobody here, but it is kind of ironic. There is one building, and it's so funny because it's a really nice Class A, and it's parked on the side of the building. And Mike is like, "You think they just parked there?" And I said, "No, they look like they had permission from somebody in the building. Like that has to be the CEO's thing or something." And they're like, "Oh, we bought this for the summer and we want to try it out."
But there people were actually staying in it last night.
Yeah,
we've seen the TV on it. There. But there are a lot of other vans. There's actually an old van, kind of similar to Blue Van Dan's, kind of 60-ish van. I hope he's still here.
There's even a truck and camper like Terry and
Scott's, and there's a bunch of big RVs and a bunch of campers here in this little industrial area. I'm not going to tell you exactly where we're at, but we are somewhere between LA and San Francisco. And that's about all you need to know. But we're in an industrial area. We did leave Jake and Michelle's house. We want to thank them again for letting us boondock right there on the street, taking us all around Los Angeles. Even after we had been there, he kind of took us to a bunch of places that we just didn't. Some of those places I don't think we should have went in the van, number one, and number two, he just knew of little different places like the zoo and the train station.
I was really impressed. The whole time he was driving us around, he didn't use a GPS once. And we went a lot. One place was it was still in Los Angeles, but it was 40 minutes.
Vasquez Rocks, where we went there, where Star Trek. So if you haven't seen that video, that's pretty cool. We enjoyed that.
I just want to say, Jack, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I hope everything goes well, and I hope you're back west sooner than you planned.
All right. Jake? Oh, okay. Yeah.
No,
Jack.
Jack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Home base getting. All right. But we've actually been kind of hanging out, kind of stalling after we left Jake and Michelle's. We kind of cruised up the 1 and the 101, and we stopped in Pismo Beach. And I don't know if you guys know where Pismo Beach is, but it's right on the coast, and I guess it's known for its ATVs and stuff like that. But there was actually a vintage travel trailer, RV, camper.
Yes. And Lee and Cindy actually sent this to us.
Yes.
So,
I want to give them a big shout out. Thank you for telling us about that.
We do appreciate anytime someone is oh, they're in this area, I'm going to send them this route. We don't usually always do the whole route, but we always enjoy the suggestions.
And this one was amazing. Basically, for the weekend, I think for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday last weekend, they had a vintage car show at a RV park. And basically, they had events, and it's basically a vintage trailer club put it on, and they have members, and that's who all came to this event. But on Saturday afternoon, between 10 and 3, they actually opened the place up for everyone to come and look at all the vintage, the 60s and 70s campers and stuff. And I got a lot of video, guys. So I'm gonna make one video of our day, and then I have some just videos where Steph went in and we kind of did walkthroughs of some of these vintage campers, and I'm gonna start putting them out like one a week or two a week to kind of, help with the paycheck there. Maybe these will kind of take off, and maybe if I spread them out one a week, you can only hope maybe one of these videos of these vintage campers
we have a question, a good question. It's are we gonna camp with people that we camped with before? We've actually been talking to a couple of people recently, 2 people that we're thinking about meeting up with in the near future. So yes, we do camp with people that we've camped with in the present, and it's really cool.
I guess we could talk about it. I mean, Michael, the guy that Renee's ex, that we installed his solar on his travel trailer. He was at the RTR before the RTR. Went to Slabs with us. He's a super nice guy, and me and him together put his solar together on his. He did most of the work. I just did most of the consulting and purchasing and getting all the right parts and telling him what to do. He actually lives in just a little bit north of where we're at, so we're gonna go and hang out with him for a couple of days. He wants to show us around his part of town like everybody else. And then there's actually another YouTuber that is a pretty big YouTuber. I'm not going to say his name. You'll see that we're going to be meeting up with him. I actually just sent him a text message last night, and I woke up this morning and voila, he's no more than 20 minutes away from us.
Yeah, so that's really amazing. And that's what I was going to say, because last time we seen him was on the East Coast.
Yep.
And so, like, that's kind of how it goes sometimes when you're traveling. Like, I know Slab City, it was like we were camping with people what seemed like an endless summer, but it was only like a month or so. And it was like after keeping with everybody, we all kind of dispersed. And then once you disperse, then it's kind of like hard to meet up, because
it's kind of hard to get everybody back together again.
Plans.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just like, you'll see a picture and you're like, oh, that's close, and you just hit up and you talk and you're nice and close, and
you can meet up again. So that's really nice to be able to do that.
So it is kind of funny, because like you will see the same people that we've camped with on our show, but it is kind of like spread out, because like they eventually go their own way.
I mean, we haven't seen this YouTuber in a year and a half. So
any guess?
Any guesses?
If you guys would guess, I will tell you.
Well, actually,
right or wrong.
That's all I'm going to say about it. And if you guess right on this live stream, the first person to guess right who we met up a year and a half ago with and hung out with on the East Coast, I'll send you a Van Life Sheldon's travel stickers.
She said it's Eric. You're wrong.
You're wrong. It's not Eric.
I will give you that it's not anybody with 100,000 subscribers.
Right. It's not 100,000 subbers. So
anybody like less drink majority, cross it.
Right. So
automatic.
Actually, Aja, no.
Close.
They're you're getting close. Yeah. But basically, Aja and Scott and Terry, they're a little bit still east of us. We're on the kind of the coast, a little bit closer to the coast. So, they're a little bit farther away. We are going to be meeting up with Destination Open Road and Aja again, I'm sure. I would love to meet up with Eric, Nomadic Fanatic, as we head north. We got a winner? Who?
Yeah, Craig.
Oh, Craig guessed it. So,
and he didn't say the whole name.
He didn't even say the whole name. So, well, we have a winner, and you'll just have to look through the comments to see who it is. I'm not gonna say his name.
I kept my word. If you guys guessed it, I'd tell you if you were right or wrong.
So, Craig, if you'd like a sticker or something, let us know. I know, that's what I mean.
Once we get a new sticker, you will get it.
Unless you want one of the other stickers. How about I get a sticker of his, and I'll send it to
He
you.
probably has
If
it.
you don't have
If you
one,
don't have it,
message me and we'll figure it out. But
we'll get you something.
we'll get you something. I appreciate you
Because
playing along. That was good.
That is good because it's like you have to watch our show and you
Mhm.
gotta like know who we met up and you have to watch other people's shows. That's what made
Right.
it kind
And
of
we've met
like,
up with a
yeah,
lot of
that's what
people.
kind of made
So
it fun is because we've met up with a lot of people and it was fun that you guys thought we were gonna meet up with Eric very first. That's an honor.
Eric's up in Washington. He's hanging out up there, and we are kind of moving that way. I mean, Destination Open Road, they're kind of heading that way from what I understand. I don't want to speak out of turn, and tell where they're headed and where they're not. I don't really know exact, but they're a little bit east of us still, and we're on the coast here. And
Rambling Rome did ask if we're gonna go to like the Sundown Bend, cut through Oregon, like do some meetups.
But that's later in the year, so
on doing any meetups, but that doesn't mean no.
If we're in the area and there's a meetup, we are planning on probably going to it. I would love to go to the Sundown Bend again. It was a good event. There's some other events too, but I don't know if we're gonna be. I don't want to say where we're gonna be because I really have no clue. I expected to be more north of this now. I had expected to already have hiked Yellowstone and Sequoia National Park.
Craig said that's actually how he found our channel.
Oh wow,
Damn.
that's right.
That's
so that's pretty
bonus.
Easy. So, and if
and
you don't know, Craig's
like,
been a long time Patreon
and then somebody was like,
that
must have been before I was with you too. That's what I said. It was a long time ago.
We've actually been.
It was like before the first RTR that we went to, so it was before.
No, it was on our way.
So it was on our way. So it was
on our way west.
The 2017 RTR. So it was before then. So like 2 years.
It was like January 3rd or 4th in New Orleans, heading towards the RTR from Florida. About a year and a half ago, but but I'd already planned on hiking Yosemite, Kings National Park, and the Sequoia National Park. I'd already expected to be done with those 3 national parks, or at least be up into Yosemite and had the other 2 done that are lower than Yosemite. And I thought we'd be maybe another week or so in Yosemite National Park.
Honestly, and we gotta tell them when we come back over the mountain. Yeah, how is it there? I was wondering if you had snow yet, or is it Joy Bob?
Oh yeah, in Montrose. Yeah.
So I was wondering if it's
affecting there. Is see, that's the thing. In Colorado, it's snowing and stuff. Well, last year,
in my national weather, it's hard to keep up with the weather in all 50 states.
It is. So we've been stalling out here.
I watch the weather every day.
We try to. We've been stalling out here, and I don't know if you know, it's been snowing in the Sequoia National Park, and it is still snowing and freezing there. It is warming up in Yosemite National Park, but it's still going to be thunderstorms and rain for the next over a week.
Shoo! Odyssey said 170 snowpack. We will see you in July.
Exactly,
if
guys.
It warms up. We don't do the snow.
We don't
appreciate you looking out for us.
See, that's the thing, guys. We some of our friends have actually pushed north into Oregon already, and I've been watching them. And Nomadic Fanatic, he's up in Washington, and Static Camper Van, there's actually a meetup happening. Static put on his channel at the like next week up in above Seattle, right there on the border. It's just still too cold to be pushing that north for us, and it's almost June, guys. So I know when people are watching this video 2 years from now, they're gonna be like, what are they talking about? But that's why I kind of explain these things. Kind of want to give you some dates and times, that way people later on that are watching this video might understand why, and the weather patterns of this year are different than other years.
Yeah, because we're north of Yosemite right now, but we're like we don't want to go too far north to where it's like too silly to backtrack.
Backtrack.
But it is like the only reason now that it's snowing up there is because it's higher elevation. Like on the news said, like right now we're pretty much at sea level. Like we're 50 feet above sea level or something like that. So we're nothing, and. But it said on the news, like, even in California, anything above 6,000 feet should be expecting snow.
Yeah, and we don't really want to have to run our heater and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's just, well, we got a little bit of weirdness going on there. Let's see. I'm sure Steph will take care of that. Well, thanks, guys. We've got 54 people on here and 15 thumbs up. But yeah, so that's kind of why we're hanging in this area, is so that we can go see these 3 national parks that we've wanted to see. We did pass up another, what was it, Pinnacle National Park?
I think that's how you say that.
But it's a small national park, and I don't think it's very well known, but it seems to be very interesting, you know. Did somebody say it's buffering?
Yeah, we have one person buffering, but nobody else is having problems.
Still buffering, but my guess still. Well, you gotta block that person completely. Yeah, all right. All right. Hello from Los Angeles. 58 people. But so
hello. We just did Los Angeles.
We just did
I
LA.
Hope you liked it, and I hope you were like, oh, I don't know that
I
place.
I didn't know about that secret swing place.
I would like to go there. That's close to me. Yeah.
Ken's Journey, I know I should give you a wrench, but I don't have my laptop up, and you have to do it on a laptop. You can't do it on a phone, so.
And we said that last live
I'm
stream.
sorry.
So next live stream, I will have my laptop.
Yeah, that's our mistake. We should have done that. We actually said we want to give a couple people a wrench on here, and you being one of them. There's a couple of personal friends that we have on here that we wouldn't mind giving a wrench to.
And I got a hi from Stormy Chicago a little bit ago. I want us to say hi to you. And then I got a hi from Montana. I love it when you guys give shout outs from your states. It's just fun to see where everybody is.
All right, let's see. All right, my bad. There's another one, so we'll just fix that guy too. All right. We don't really worry about that kind of stuff, guys, but I do want to keep it kid friendly because, like always, I want, if you have grandchildren, I know there's a lot of people that watch us and their grandchildren might be in the room. We've actually visited a few of our subscribers, and one of the greatest things is that their grandkids are come over and we'll hang out and everything, and I want them to watch our channel and it to be family friendly, so we really strive for that. So I don't really put up with much of that, but oh wow, he's got multiple. Oh no, so he's all right. We can. Sorry, we have to take time to do this kind of stuff.
But that's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. I wish I could just give a couple people a wrench on here. Also,
I could pull out my laptop, but I feel like that'd be
just a lot.
Because it's under all this right here.
You know, good deal. But I just want to let you. You need to wrench. Yeah, Ramblin' Rome, I need to give you a wrench too. There's like 5 people on here I can see that I would definitely give a wrench. I just need to go in and do it. I'm sorry, guys. We've actually kind of cut back on our live streams, and we need to do more live streams. We like doing the live streams, and today we just wanted to come on live and say Happy Memorial Day. You know, it means a lot to me for Memorial Day. And I put up something on Patreon and Facebook about a year, well, August 2017, we actually traveled to Arlington National Cemetery while we were in Washington, D.C. And I shared this video on on Facebook, but this video only got about 250 views, guys. But we basically we went and saw, when I was stationed there, I seen the changing of the guard of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier many times, and I wanted Steph to see it. And even though it was a rainy, gloomy, kind of funky day that
Which
day,
I thought it was perfect.
So,
because honestly, I don't want to be watching the. Well, it sucks for the changing of the guard because they had to be standing in the rain. But that job has to suck anyways. And the hot weather,
prestigious.
You're in the,
very prestigious.
Yeah, I don't know how many layers you got on. I'm sure it's hot. and then you're in that room by yourself all the time. I don't even want that job. So I'm very thankful for them who do that job. I'm very glad that there are people who think that job is very honorable, and I'm glad that they were there. But for me, this is, the more I talk, the more it's like this is getting worse and worse. But I just thought it was the perfect weather for that situation, which is horrible because I know those guys do not want to be in the rain, and that was horrible for them.
But it was something to see, and it was something that I appreciated, and I enjoyed recording, and I enjoyed videoing, and enjoyed editing. So if you want to check out that video, maybe go back. I think if you just put in Arlington National Park, Arlington National Cemetery, Van Life, Sheldon's Travels, it'll come up. But remember, I didn't have a gimbal. I didn't have anything. I didn't have a new fancy camera. I did everything with just my phone.
We're kind of moving up in the world here.
Right.
Oh, we
Hi,
got
Michelle and Jake.
Yeah, they're, newly famous. They have to start a YouTube channel now.
They should. They're actually looking for a rig. So
that would be a lot of fun.
If you have something that's a shuttle bus or a small conversion van, of some type, let us know. Maybe he might be interested. Hit me an email at vanlifesheldonstravels@gmail.com. I'll send it over to him. Maybe you two could get together. But I really want to head north. I want to see more of California. I want to see Yosemite. I want to see the Sequoia National Forest. I want to see Kings Canyon and that national park and everything. But I want to head north, and north is still cold. I don't know how much longer I can sit here, guys, and wait. If the weather doesn't break in another week or so, I feel like we can hang out here for about a week and a half. Like, we can hang out here for about a week, and then we can go meet Michael for about a couple of days, hang out with him. But then after that, guys, if the weather doesn't get better, if I travel any more north, I'll be too far north to be heading back to Yosemite and Sequoia. And I don't want to do that.
We have someone, they said, we have a ranch. You guys are welcome here too. That'd be fun working on a ranch for a weekend.
That'd be
or at
nice.
least you.
Yeah, where?
Montana. Which is pretty cool because I feel like when we went through Montana, we like skated through it.
We had to it was getting cold. And that's the thing. I don't want to wait too long to be in Washington hanging out in the cold. We did that last year. So this year, I want to spend more time in Oregon. I do want to go back to Colorado, but I don't know. I want to go hit Yellowstone again, but I'd love, if the weather does not break in a week or two, guys, I'm heading to Zion.
8,000 acres, that's like a small park.
Yeah, pretty much like that. I'm basically heading to Zion. If the weather does not break in about 2 weeks, let me know what you think. I just feel like if it doesn't break, head to Zion, head to Canyonlands, head to all those places again. And then when the weather breaks, just head back into California again. I don't know. I'm confused. It's super windy in Zion this time of year. Last year we were there, and this time of year-ish, and it was beautiful, and
But it
everything.
did get a little windy. I
It did get a
remember
little
there were
windy,
some points where I had to put my hood on my face because the sand.
right? But
Yeah.
I think if you get there any later than now, it's not going to be it's not going to be enjoyable to hike in the hot weather. So you have to take that balance. And we like
Yeah.
to hike, so I'd rather go hiking in a long sleeve shirt and be comfortable
Right.
than be sweating and just miserable
Yeah.
all day because it's so hot. So that makes a difference, I think.
It does.
Also, something else we'd like to talk about now that we have almost 50 people on here. Have you heard about Harvest Hosts? Like, I'm not getting anything from Harvest Hosts. They've never contacted us. We're not sponsored by Harvest Host. I don't have any affiliation with them. I want to say that right off the get go. But I did notice through the end of the month, they are having a promotion for 15% off their normal $80 1 year membership to Harvest Hosts.
And now, if you don't know what that is, it's where, from my understanding, it's just wineries.
Wineries, farms, museums, ranches. There's all different kinds of people that
Okay, so
have
different
breweries,
hosts. So that's exactly what it is. It's harvest. You could host people. Like if you have a lot of land, you could host. And I think you get a little bit. Like I don't know if
I
you have
don't
to
know if
pay
you
to be
get.
a host.
I don't know how that part works, but
Yeah, we're not sure about the hostess part, but what it is like there's pretty much there's a map across the United States, and there's plenty of them here in Northern California. We checked, and then there's some over on the East Coast, which is really nice because the East Coast is really hard for boondocking and
so
things
it might
like
be
that.
really nice to have.
So
right?
what it offers you is multiple places to camp for a annual fee of $80. So it kind of works like the America the Beautiful Pass,
Right.
where it's $80 in the beginning, which can be kind of a bullet to bite. But
15% off if you're
once
interested.
you go to like 2 national parks, it pays for itself.
And I kind of feel like if you stay like 3 nights somewhere at a Harvest Host, that would almost pay for the $80. Plus, right now it's 15% off, which makes it like $67 for the year.
Right, which
and,
is not
and
bad.
you get one night there. I know it does kind of say that they ask you to purchase something from the winery and stuff, but you're gonna be there anyway. You might buy something. It might be a different perspective for us for when we're camping and stuff. So let us know.
How it works. Wanda says the hosts don't get paid. They expect you to purchase something. Like if they have a farm and they do like a farmer's market, vegetables
like $20
or
is what they're saying. It's kind of like
the minimal expected, and that's what it is. That's kind of the downfall too, is that you can't go to all these great places for the annual fee, but then it is kind of expected of you to buy a bottle of wine if you stay at a winery, or purchase some vegetables or anything like that, which we don't mind, but like it can be expensive.
So we're thinking about doing it, but we have till like the 31st to get the deal, 15% off. If that's something you guys are interested in seeing on the channel, I don't want to get this membership and go to these places and no one watch these videos. That's kind of an oxymoron. But if you're interested in seeing these places and me videoing them, then that might be something that would be worth it. I don't expect them to have hookups. I know it's all primitive camping, guys, but I don't know if you realize we have paid one day to hook up this van this year. And that was for Stephanie's birthday, and that was at the $25 at the Fountain of Youth, and we were in the slabs, and we needed a shower and everything anyway, and to dump our tanks and all that stuff. But basically, we don't hook into power. So we're used to boondocking. We've stayed in a hotel for Christmas, and this last time, like 3 weeks ago or whatever it was when we were sick. So we never hook into power. We did hook into power at Lee and Cindy's house when we were there, but that's just rare, guys. I mean, we never pay to park. We
Right.
never pay to camp. It's not in our budget,
Right.
and I guess I need to say this because I just said it's not in our budget. And a lot of people are like, "What? It's not in your budget?" Campgrounds are like $10, $20 a night. That's not in your budget? Well, no. When you live, I guess I need to explain, when you live full time on the road, you spend every night camping. So every night is basically a boondocking night or a night you have to spend for a campsite. So if I spend $10 a night for a campsite for a month, that's $300. Well, that's our van payment. So that would double our expense of the van if we spent $10 a night to camp every night. That to me isn't that we can't afford that. Even $10 a night. Could we afford to maybe get a campsite once a month or something? Yeah, we could probably maybe afford to get a $50 hotel room once a month if we wanted to. But we don't need to. We have our Anytime Fitness for our gym. We feel very comfortable in our space. This is our home.
So, like somebody was saying, most of the harvest hosts, they don't actually have hookups or jumping stations, which is a point that should be made for anybody who's thinking about it.
Right.
But for us,
it's a null point.
Because we've kind of gotten used to boondocking and finding it.
We boondock
sanitation stations the way we go and things like that.
325 days a year. We boondock
Right.
out of the
So, and we have the solar panel and the 305 watts, so we do very sufficient with our solar. And so hookups to us are pretty much a bonus. It's really nice to have them, but we don't have to have them.
And we don't even.
But like somebody else, they might have be thinking about Harvest Host and being like, "Oh, well, I thought they all came with hookups." And then somebody actually mentioned that they got knocked on after midnight after staying at a Harvest Host because the local police were not aware that it was a host spot. There are loopholes to this. It's not perfect.
But hopefully,
but you would hope that
you make a phone call to
would
the
have
host
private property and you would come in behind a gate and then you would have no problem with the private. I would hope
so.
that it would be more
that's the
than
norm.
We were hosting, but you're gonna park on our street.
Yeah, I would hope so. But if that's something that you're interested in, please let us know. I mean, that's $70 that we would be putting out. That would basically be our full Patreon money for the month. I would basically be using all of our Patreon money to buy that Harvest Host membership for the year. And I don't want to do that if that's not something that, Well, Nick's fan, that's your one warning, FYI. I guess,
okay.
I guess a lot of people don't understand. Like, I don't really block a lot of people on our YouTube channel, but if you've never commented before and you comment some off the wall comment, I block you. Or at least the first time I hide your comment and delete your comment, and then the next time I block you. But if you're one of our Patreons or subscribe, you comment all the time, you have a right to an opinion. So if you say something and you're been a long time commenter, not even a Patreon, doesn't even have to be a Patreon. You could just be a long time commenter. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm not gonna just hide you from the channel or delete your comment. But I want to let people know that I do have a filter on this. So if your comment you think is deleted, I might not have deleted it. It might just be held for review by me because I have keywords. And if one of those keywords is in your comment, it's going to get held for review. And then I might not see it. I don't get a notification telling me that there's a comment and review. So if you do comment and you go back on there in 5 minutes and it's not on there, don't think necessarily that we deleted your comment or hid you. Maybe it's just the algorithm puts you in our review folder, and then I have to go in and I don't get a notification, but I try to go in at least once a day and check those, at more than once a day, but at minimum once a day. I go in there maybe 10 times a day, but we'll say at least once a day if I don't have internet or
Probably
something.
a minimum of 10 times a day.
Yeah, but if I don't have internet or something, at least once I'll go on there and make sure there's not any held for review comments. And I know a lot of you don't understand that because you're not on this side of YouTube, but that's how it works. And sometimes it's so silly. It's like that comment was nothing wrong with that comment, and I'll hit the button and let it go on through. So but if you put a link or anything or a hashtag something or a link something, it's automatically going to flag it and hold it for review. So just give me a little bit and I'll send it on. I don't mind you putting your van, pictures and your little clip of your little van thing on a comment. I don't mind that at all, but YouTube flags it, so I'll accept them, but just give me a little bit. Don't get mad at me if something happens and I don't get to it right away. So
we got warp gatherings from Norway.
Oh wow.
Awesome.
We got a lot of people on here. Every time we come on here and we get 50, 60 people on here, it just dumbfounds me and I really want to say I appreciate each and every one of you. I mean, I know we say that at the end of every video because we mean it. We do appreciate each and every one of you. And without you, there is no channel. I mean, at the end of the day, I can make videos but if no one's watching, there's really no reason, right? So I really want to say thank you for watching and continuing on with us.
Why does somebody have to be mean? You're such a sweet couple. Some people just get a kick out of it. And I also seen that you were asking a pretty good question for Memorial Day about what are we having for dinner. We haven't actually thought about dinner yet.
Nope, we're actually on the West Coast, so it is what time? It is
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so,
well,
we'll probably go out to eat.
We'll probably go out and do something quick to eat. We like to do the in between the fast food and the sit down restaurants. The the Chipotle where you order but then you sit down.
Yeah. In LA there was a Sharky's, which is a little bit nicer than Chipotle. That was really good. We enjoyed that.
We did.
Yeah.
Or a Panda Express or those kinds of places, I guess. That's what we enjoy going to.
We noticed kind of in the area we're at now, it is so diverse culture here that all the restaurants are like Vietnamese or
Thai.
Yeah, and it's just so funny because I'm looking through like places to eat near us, and I'm like, I don't know what any of this stuff,
right?
I'm definitely not scared to try new food, but I like to have an idea of what I'm eating.
Somebody said Jolly Bean. I don't know if they have a Jolly Bean here. We were lucky enough.
We should look it up because
we were lucky enough in
Mike
LA.
and I, we were talking. Like I used to work at a restaurant, and our restaurant had this big uproar when we took spaghetti off our menu because a lot of our regulars like the spaghetti, but the thing is our restaurant was becoming so busy that we couldn't rush spaghetti, so it was becoming one of those deals that it was taking too long to cook and people were ordering it but they were getting annoyed about how long it took. So we just completely took it off the menu and it caused this huge uproar. So it blows my mind that this is kind of like a fast food joint and they serve spaghetti. Because it was it just like we just didn't want to do it? Or are they doing something that we didn't ever heard of?
Right.
But to me, it just blew my mind because I went through that whole fiasco of probably for about a year. I had customers come in and it got to the point where some of them would walk through the door, be like, is spaghetti or meatloaf back on the menu? No.
Bye. Is the turtle okay?
He's actually
Basking?
basking. I was like, I didn't want to say that
We've
wrong.
got his heat lamp on.
So he's right under his heat lamp, and we hate to like move him when he's doing that, but I'll actually take him out and he'll say hi because now that he's basking, he's got some energy.
He does. There's Sheldon.
There say hi to all your fans.
Say hi, guys.
He definitely knows when the camera's on him.
I got a new tank.
Yeah, he did.
I got a new tank.
I'm gonna dry off a little bit. He enjoys swimming around.
So we spent some money in the last few days. Sheldon got him a new tank. We walked into PetSmart to get a little
a plant. Yeah.
And they had 50% off aquariums, certain brand for the weekend. And so voila. What was it, 20 bucks?
It was $20 and the tank was originally $50. And we really like the tank because it has a cover on it. So obviously when we go on these crazy roads, I'm not going to say Mike's a crazy driver because he's definitely a safe driver. But there are a lot of these
places
that just have potholes. And it's funny because it'll be like the road's all patched up and then there's one big pothole and then it's all patched up. Like that's a new pothole or something. So, we got him a new tank and we like it a lot because his old tank didn't have a light in it, so it was kind of dark when we would move. This one has a light in it, so
changes colors.
So he's always got light. Yeah, and it changes colors. So we're experimenting with him in the different colors.
But he still has his heat lamp that he's always had. You know, he has his big 50-watt heat lamp that goes over his tank. But I guess we should show it. Is it good enough to show or no? Or...
You can show it.
All right, let's just show you guys real quick. Where did he go? Oh, he's trying to fall off. Yeah, right there's his tank.
Well, that's just his light, so you gotta back it up a little bit. And he's got his little water in there and some plants.
There we go.
But see, that's why we never show his tank. People ask us why we never show his tank. Is because it's not really in a good area to show.
Exactly.
It's hard to get a good shot
a really good shot. I'm thinking of building it over there by the TV and putting it up over there.
Right. Well, we're more stationary. He has more water in his tank, but since we plan on moving, it's only half full right now because we don't want it to splash out.
Right. But he enjoys his heat lamp. He's got it on now.
Yeah.
Our solar's it's not very sunny outside today, as you can tell. It's kind of gloomy out here, but it looks sunny to me out there, but it is a little gloomy. We're not getting a lot of solar, but we are running the light.
How old is he? Sheldon is 3 years old.
Good deal.
Yep.
But if I do, for some reason, the solar doesn't get, and we don't charge up enough, I do have our Jackery. It is completely full, I think. Yep, 100%. It's all full, so I might actually just plug in the TV and everything into this later on this evening since it's been pretty cloudy today and run. We have enough solar, but I charged this up yesterday on the solar when it was really, really sunny outside. So we might use this tonight and deplete it again, and then tomorrow it's supposed to be sunny again and charge it up while we're out and about. We've got enough solar to charge this and our battery bank, and we usually are full by noon or 1 o'clock if it's sunny outside. So around noon we're full. But that's me working and keeping everything on till 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
I actually do like the Jackery. It does work pretty well. I'm able to pretty easily disconnect from my inverter and plug into the Jackery onto the plug.
It's small enough where I could have it on my floorboard up front if we wanted to have it up front to charge our phones and the camera, which we have done.
We have done in the past, because we have 2 USBs and 3 110 plugs up front that we have. That's really nice. That's what we use up front. But it's nice to have the little Jackery.
Yeah.
You know, no, it's not enough, I don't think, to run. I guess it would run a Dometic, but
you're just running the fridge on it. And I would think that you could run the fridge on it probably a day, and then you would still have to charge up the battery
the next day
every day. So I don't know how that would work out.
That would work out.
So I would say no.
The problem with the Jackery is the low charging rate that they have on it. They could bump that up, and maybe they will, but in this model that they let us have, the charging rate takes forever. No matter how you do it, it takes about 7 hours for that thing to charge up. And if you use it all day, when are you charging it? So you have to charge it for 7 hours, and then it can probably last. I know I can watch TV, and we can run our phones and the little bit of electronics we have for like 3-ish hours.
But there are other options out there.
Absolutely.
Like, if that's kind of what you're looking for, like if you don't want to go whole solar and you want to go battery bank, there are bigger battery banks out there, so you can find one for you.
They do make a bigger one of these, and Chrome of Van City Life, Chrome, he uses a bigger one, and he actually is powering his van off of the bigger Jackery. So if you want to check that out, he is actually doing it. I don't know how proficient that is, or how long it'll last, or all of that. I prefer our 305 watts solar on 36 volts, not 12 volts, running to a massive battery bank. You know, that's what we do. That's how I'm able to power this whole house, our whole little tiny house, all the time, 365 days a year, going on about 3 years now. And you can do it, or you can do it. And I don't know, I am looking at different battery solutions. I would love to have Battleborn batteries, but guys, they are way out of our price range. So if you know some type of lithium alternative to Battleborn, I am looking into upgrading our 4 batteries that we have at some point.
Catch you later.
But you know, I can't afford Battleborns. I wish I could. I've spoke with them a few times and would love to start a relationship with them, but it never really. I mean, I know we're not big enough for them to offer us free batteries and
Goal
stuff.
Zero has been running a sale, but I am unsure of the quality. Probably need to bite the bullet and get a full setup, like a full solar setup.
Yeah.
If you're planning on living in your vehicle, I would definitely say full solar setup, because it's like every day you're not going to be like, okay, I need to set this up to this, and then later on you need to charge this, because at the end of the day you always have to worry about charging up that battery bank.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice with the solar setup where the sun will charge that up for you, and you don't really have to worry about that.
Pretty much in the morning when you're still sleeping, your batteries will be charging, and you'll be topped off before you even wake up. A lot of people, their systems are completely charged and topped off before they ever wake up, and that to me is the best system. Thanks, Nomadic Bike. I see we got a Nomadic Bike raid coming over.
Yeah.
I see a whole lot of people coming over from Nomadic Bike. If you don't know Nomadic Bike, he does a lot of live streams, and
He
we
answers a lot of
appreciate,
questions.
he does answer a lot of questions. If you're a new YouTuber or trying to get your channel started, please go over and check out Nomadic Bike's live streams. It's a lot of community and a lot of collaboration going on over there. I go over there a lot and hang out just to see what's going on in the YouTube community, on other, not just in the travel community and the van life and the RV, but what's going on in other areas. What are their problems? And maybe a lot of the people there are some people that are bigger than us, have a lot more subscribers, and then there's a lot of times there's a lot of people there that have a lot less subscribers than we do. And I hope when I go over there, Nomadic Bike, that I can, between the few people there that have a little experience on YouTube, to kind of lead people in the right way as far as helping their channel grow and doing the right things. Hey, I appreciate everything you do, Nomadic Bike. So yeah, Chrome is powering everything with his 440. I think you could do it. We just like to watch TV in the evenings for 4 hours.
Yeah.
We like to have our surveillance system, our freezer, and we have to charge our light. We have Sheldon's lights and his heat lamp, and we have camera gear and gimbals and stuff to charge.
We say this all the time. Sheldon has the most space and he gets the most power.
Pretty much.
So he's fine.
Wow, guys, we got 53 people on here. Thanks, everybody, for coming on. Like I said, I wanted to say earlier, we talked about this earlier, but for all the people that are just on now, we were wanting to head to Yosemite, wanting to head to the Sequoia National Parks, but it's still snowing there. And we're trying to decide where we're headed and what we're gonna do and what we're gonna get into.
Yosemite is actually warming up, but it's still raining and sleeting.
Thunderstorms and stuff.
It's getting better, but it's not like the kind of weather we want. Somebody asked, the van looks bigger. Are you still in the Promaster City? We actually did not think about this, but when we met subscribers of ours, Stephanie and Pat, they actually told us that when we videotaped inside the van looks much bigger on video than it does in real life. And I was like, okay, that makes a lot of sense, because a lot of people are always like, you have so much space, you could get this and this and this and blah, blah, blah.
Now it makes sense.
And then they see our van and they're like, you can't even put an extra pot in there.
Yeah, like, you're full. Yeah. Well, we actually are getting on to about 52 minutes. I think we are going to kill this live stream right in an hour. And we're going to go and get something to eat and hang out a little bit. Goodness, sorry, guys. Nomadic Bike, you got a bunch of friends on here, my buddy.
Yeah, so it's a long time no see.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, is there anything else? Anybody's thoughts on Yosemite and the snow there and the rain? Any thoughts on Harvest Host? You want us
Early
to try
August
it?
For the Sierras?
Do you want us to try the Harvest Host? Do you want, what else?
We got a high from St. Augustine. That's awesome.
Well, I bet it's hot there. Don't miss that, guys.
100.
We spent a lot of time in Florida in college living in this van, and I surely know what people were talking about when they're saying the humidity and the heat. So I see Nomadic Bike Raid. Everybody coming over. Nice. Thanks a lot, guys. 55 people. Wow.
said missing everybody in Winslow, Arizona. Winslow, Arizona is a good stop for travelers. You just sit on
Stand
that
on the
corner,
corner.
and some traveler is going to come up and want to take a
Right?
picture on that corner.
Pretty much.
So that's
What?
going to be in the next movie instead of like, I forget the actor's name, but where he stays in the airport and he kind of lives out of the airport. That's what people are going to do next.
Well, I think we're going to be in the next videos. You're going to be seeing us leave Michelle and Jake's house. And then we're actually, I spoke about this earlier, we went to a vintage travel trailer show and we got to tour a bunch of vintage travels trailers that were just amazing. And I took some actual video of the day, of our normal day, and then I took a bunch of actual individual videos of the travel trailers, the vintage travel trailers
Tom
of the
Hanks, that was
60s.
the actor.
Okay. Of the
He's
60s
a good actor. I like him.
and the 70s and some from the 50s. And that way, you guys, I hope I'm going to kind of put them out slowly. And hopefully you'll be enjoying those vintage travel trailer videos that are going to be coming out. I haven't even started editing them, but we also stayed a night or two right on the one, right on the coast. We could hear the waves crashing.
Yeah, that was really cool.
We actually woke up. We didn't wake up. I was editing video about 1 o'clock in the morning, and we were surrounded by fire trucks and police officers because someone got trapped down on the bottom and fell off the cliff, and they actually had to go down and rescue
and
this
it was
person.
crazy too because like right out our view, you might have seen it on Facebook, but right out our view there was like the ocean and then there was a rock out there, and we kind of like were watching people all day long climb this rock and jump on this rock and hike over this rock. And it was like at the end of the day, it wasn't even on the rock that incident happened. It was like over here on the side bluffs.
Yeah. But we got to see that. That was interesting. I was actually didn't even want to get out of the van because I was afraid they'd make us leave afterwards. But that was interesting. We got some video of that place. Very nice. And then we've got some video of where we're at now, and we're actually gonna be doing some stuff here and meeting up with somebody, another big YouTuber. We're gonna be meeting up with him here, and then we're also gonna meet some friends that we did some solar work for. So we're gonna be kind of busy in the next few weeks, and let
Craig
this
says go for any place you like. I like that advice.
I like that advice. So we'll figure it out, guys. I don't want to be up in Yosemite when it's pouring down rain or thunderstorms. I don't want to be in the snow in the Sequoia National Forest. I want to go somewhere where we can hike and enjoy. So I don't know. I'm going to give it a couple of weeks. We're going to play around this area, make some videos. Please, bear with me. I know you guys get tired of the same place, but that's why we're stalling to try to get to these national parks in better weather so we can actually hike and explore and see things that you guys want and video it for you. I don't want to go hiking in the thunderstorm or in 28-degree weather and it's 4 inches of snow on the ground. That's not fun for me. And I know it might be interesting video, and other people might make clickbait video like that and be like, I don't care, I'm gonna go up to the Yosemite and get trapped and get stuck and let my propane run out, or not have any food, or run out and make it into a drama thing. I don't want to do that. I want to go up to these national parks and I want to show you the amazing things.
Yes.
Not I ran out of propane and the drama of this and that and all the things. Not that Not that we don't have drama on our channel, because we have to have, there's things that happen to us, and when we do, things happen, we just show you. But to go up into the snow in the mountains on purpose just to get stuck is silly to me. So I want to wait until we can go there and enjoy it. And I know the national parks have been, videoed hundreds of times, thousands of times.
Somebody asked what are our names, so let's just introduce ourselves real quick.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Stephanie, and we have a yellow belly turtle named Sheldon. And that is Van Life Sheldon's Travels.
Yep, if you didn't know. Cool. We've got 62 people here.
Definitely.
Mel and Alex, cool channel. No fish. Wow, we got a lot of people. 62 people on. Thanks for coming on, guys. We appreciate each and every one of you hanging out here.
Happy Memorial Day. So happy Memorial Day to everybody. I
guess for all the people that came on earlier, I did put on something up on Facebook and Patreon about in August of 2017, we actually went to Arlington National Cemetery in Washington, D.C. I had been there many a times and got to see the changing of the guard at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. But Stephanie had never been there. Had never been there before. So we were able to take her, and if you'd like to see that video, and if you've never seen the changing of the guard at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, please go there and check out that video today on Memorial Day. It's pretty fitting. So
I'm so ready for the one to stop down here in the desert. Been so cold and strong. Yeah, we've actually had a couple of our friends down in Slab City still, and they just went through a sandstorm.
Yeah, they were saying, they were reporting on Facebook how it was so windy and stuff. Yes. Aw, thank you guys.
Yeah, we appreciate giving our time. Thanks for coming on, Goldfish.
Mm-hmm. Well, guys, I think we're going to get off of here. Even though we had 62 people on, we've been on for about an hour.
Yes, and I'm sorry, I always hate that anytime we look back and I see the live streams, I'm always looking at my phone. But it's better for me to see the comments, and so I can interact more with your comments. So I'm sorry I didn't check the phone, but I promise I'm not doing anything but reading comments. So I'm not like reading other text messages or anything. Just
to let you know. And it kind of makes it awkward if I'm always touching the screen to get the comments to come back up. So that's why we are gonna get a couple moderators on here, so that'll be great. And hope you have a amazing Memorial Day weekend. I hope you made it home safe.
Oh, hey Mike, I'm glad you made it.
Who?
One of our new Patreons.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Safe travels, guys. Next live. Good night. Yeah, I think I'm hoping everyone is getting home safe from wherever they spent their time this holiday weekend.
Hope you guys are having a good dinner tonight, spending time with friends or family, or even your favorite TV show. Right.
But we actually did the opposite of what most people do on a holiday weekend. We actually stayed out of the national parks. We actually stayed out of the campgrounds. We actually boondocked in the city in an industrial area here and explored part of the city, so that everyone else that only has the opportunity to camp and explore on the holidays can have that opportunity. Right. We have that opportunity every day, and we're thankful for that opportunity. And we want everyone else that can only have that small amount of time to go explore to have the parks. So we try to stay out of the parks and stuff on the national big weekends.
Somebody said next live stream start with a whole hour of Sheldon.
Oh my goodness.
You guys realize Sheldon's not a cat or a dog.
He doesn't move a lot.
No. If we live stream Sheldon, you might get a He might move his head.
He might do one of
He
these
might
for you.
rub his eye.
He might stretch his leg out. He
But
might put his head
for
like
the
this.
majority of
The
the
day,
day.
he's like this. How's it
And
going?
So just to let you guys know, the 15 seconds you see Sheldon moving on our videos, that's him moving all day.
That's him moving all day, even though we have him underneath the heat lamp and everything. So, but we've got a bunch of vintage travel trailer videos coming. We've got Pacific Coast highway videos, camping on the ocean videos, and then some city videos coming.
Mhm.
And I hope you enjoyed this live stream. Till the next one, please like,
Comment,
and subscribe.
check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
More content on Patreon.
And as always, we'll see you in the next one.
And if you like this and you see it on Facebook, share it with your friends. Maybe they might enjoy it too. And we'll see you in the next one. Happy Memorial Day, guys.
Happy Memorial Day.